created by God and I will be taken by God. I was brought by God to this planet and I will be taken by God, but not in the power of man. I believe in that. That's why I'm not afraid of death, because I believe that one day I will die. Either I'm afraid to die or I'm not afraid to die. One day I will be no more. Understand me? One day I will be no more. Either I love to die or I don't want to die, or I'm afraid to die or I'm not afraid to die. One day I will be no more. Every human.
Carry go, pandemic. I say carry go, pandemaka. Carry go, because nobody go fit compete. See, leave the westerners. They know say even government for westerners, they no go fit call you. Everybody know that one now. They no go fit even order for your arrest. The only they manipulate you for social media. That is the only something where they go fit do. But they call you, even citizen of Western, and they feel they do what they want, but the government no go fit order.
Being have a limit time to stay in this planet, and I believe in that limit time. I believe that nobody can take my soul without the permission of God. If God says I will be killed by the West, I will be killed by the West. If the God says I will be killed by African leaders, I will be killed by African leaders. I can't stop it. But I always tell God that I want you to let me prepare and make my continent a better place before I will go. I pray for good health. Nobody pray that God, I pray never to die, but you pray for the dead to be so far away from you. I pray, may Africa continue in this geographical changes and automatical changing in Africa. May it continue in many countries like Senegal, Gambia, that is not still liberated, Nigeria, Ghana, even Sudan, Ethiopia, Kenya. We all want changes. We want to be free. And I love it when Mali, Burkina, Eritrea, South Africa is standing up. Malema, I have this message for Malema. Dad, you are doing a great job, Julius Malema. And you are one of the peoples that Africa will never forget. You are one of the people that Africa will always put your pictures even if you are no more on a high level. Vladimir Putin was so angry when they killed Mohammed Gaddafi. The Westerners joined together to kill Mohammed Gaddafi. And Mohammed Gaddafi is the best friend to Vladimir Putin. And Putin was giving a strategy to Mohammed Gaddafi how to improve Africa. The strategy that Mohammed Gaddafi was trying to improve, that to have Africa to have one currency, one soldier, one passport, and Africa to have a one leader. That was a project that Mohammed Gaddafi was planning with Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin was included in that project that Mohammed Gaddafi was planning to build in Africa, to say that Africa must have one soldier, one passport, one leader, and one voice. Vladimir Putin was part of that project. And when Mohammed Gaddafi tried to bring out that project up, even some African leaders became a threat, become a puppet, become an enemy to Mohammed Gaddafi, because they don't want to accept that. Because they have been listening to the West. The West was telling them that don't accept what this madman is saying. If you do it, this madman is just trying to take all your resources. They were telling some African leaders that Mohammed Gaddafi is just trying to fool you. He will not help you. So some of the African leaders were even against Mohammed Gaddafi for saying that I want Africa to have one passport, one soldiers, one leader, one currency. So after the West joined together to go after Mohammed Gaddafi, to kill Mohammed Gaddafi for no reason. Vladimir Putin was keeping quiet. Vladimir Putin says, I'm not worried for you killing my friend, but I will revenge one day. And that is the day we are in right now. You think you will kill my friend and I will watch you to go free? That's what is the mind of Vladimir Putin. You kill the friend of Putin because he want to liberate Africa. And you think today when Putin is fighting you, Putin will not help that Africa? Putin is ready to help that Africa to get themselves, to show them a way how to catch fishes. Putin is not ready to keep on giving fish to Africans. He's showing Africans a way to catch fishes. that make Africa to love Putin so much. I love Putin. May he live longer. And may he remain the strongest and the most famous and the most powerful leader in the world. I swear to God. I love Putin to the extent I always want to be like him. I want to be strong like him. I want to deal with the West like Vladimir Putin. If I'm an African leader today, what I will ask from Putin is nuclear bomb. If I'm an African leader today, what I will ask from Putin is nuclear. I will want 5 or 6 nuclear bombs from Putin. Why will I ask for that? Because I will want to pay back. I will want to help him to destroy the West more. Vladimir Putin is a man. I love Vladimir Putin. I love Vladimir Putin so much. I love him to the extent that I want to be like him. I want to be strong like him. I want to destroy the West like Vladimir Putin. I am not afraid to say this. I want to be like Vladimir Putin. I want to be strong like Vladimir Putin. I want to destroy the West like Vladimir Putin. I'm the one who said it, and I'm not afraid to say this, and I'm never gonna regret saying this. A man who came to my continent and says, don't worry about people who are enslaving you. You are afraid of them because you are owing them too much money. Don't be afraid of them anymore because I am going to clear that debt, half of that debt. I am going to clear 23 billion US dollar of the debt that you are owing the West. And I'm going to bring a project that you the Africans are going to benefit from it. You can pay that debt without being suffering in the hand of the West. And now you, the Westerners, are telling us that Vladimir Putin is trying to colonize you. Who colonized us? If Vladimir Putin wants to colonize Africa, he will have colonized Africa since long time ago. Do you think you, the West, is more powerful than Vladimir Putin? Westerners are not powerful than Vladimir Putin. So if Vladimir Putin intends to colonize Africa, he will have colonized Africa for a very long time. But why don't he colonize Africa? He don't want to colonize nobody. When Putin go to Africa with a project of BRICS to say, I want you, the Africans, to join here and get yourself. Then America wake up so fast because they want to take over. But America, what is your problem? Because you don't go with any project that will help Africans. You go with a project that Africans hate so much that is called LGBTQ. We hate that project. Vladimir Putin, why we accept him in Africa and why we appreciate him, why we still support him, because he go with a project. For his first time to face Africa, he go with a project that will benefit Africa forever, that will liberate Africa. For his first time to face Africa, he go with a project that will benefit Africa. For how many decades?
You arrest government go fit. They call you no say na true they talk nah. True they talk. We are the only guy where no say you know how you dey pain Africa and you know what make Africa they suffer again, and your word liberate many Africans. He wake many youth, many Africans up. Making a watch this video make sense to computer for you. But then again, as the Tinubu they shake about this ECOWAS, the day don't pass now. Wetin dey happen? Why una never come? Make una succor for Niger coup. Make it start.
Now you the Westerners were facing Africa. You never face us with any project that will help us or that will take us forward. You always face us with a project that will destroy us but benefit you, the West. You always take to us like projects like oil digging projects that when you go to any country to dig their oil, that oil, 80% of the oil go to the West. 20% stay in the country. And that 20% self doesn't benefit that country. Because you still call them like, you are owing us a debt. You cage Africa. The Westerners, they cage Africa in a box. In the name of Africa is owing us. That's what Vladimir Putin is now trying to clear. The debt between Africa and the West. Vladimir Putin says, Africa, don't be afraid of the debt that you are owing them. I am going to clear out to 23 billions of that debt. Don't tell us anymore we don't want you. We accept you don't want us. Now we want to go away from your lives. Why are you angry that Africa want to be themselves? Is there a problem for Africa to stand on its own? Is there any problem for Africa to say, we don't want to have any business to do with you people anymore? Is there any problem? Is there any problem? for Africans to say, we don't want to work with you anymore? Is there any problem? Tell me. Africans have been waiting for this time that someone will come out that will become a threat to the West. And we are going to work with that person to make sure that the West go down. And who is that person that came out? That person is Vladimir Putin. When Putin came out, then we the Africans say, okay, we saw the man. This was the revolution. That there will be a man who will deal with the West. Just one man. It was a revolution to Africans. That there will be a man who will deal with the West. But when you saw the man, join him to bring down the West. Africans have been waiting for this for so long. To see that man to come out and deal with the West. And that man will be the only source of way for Africa to get themselves. And that time have came, we see the man that is called Vladimir Putin, the Russian president, who was dealing with the West. And he formed a project called BRICS. Why do Africans appreciate Vladimir Putin more than America? America, you have never bring any project in Africa that will benefit Africans. Europe have never bring any project in Africa that will benefit Africans. UK have never brought any project in Africa that will benefit Africans. The only project you was bringing to Africans was like LGBTQ. And those are things that will destroy Africa, but not to make Africa. You brought a project of medicine that are all poison to Africans. You brought a project of curing sickness that are all sickness to Africans. You brought a project of LGBTQ. When they see Vladimir Putin have been going to Africa to make BRICS project with Africans, what do America do? America say, look, we have to go and represent ourselves to Africa. The only way you could represent yourself with some project that is called LGBTQ and Africans doesn't appreciate that, then you all go back. Kamala Harris and his president, they go back and sit. They said, no, this plan doesn't work. Because we want to go with this project so that they will appreciate us, they will accept us. And Africans doesn't accept us, we have to sit and watch them now. These people are now waking up. All because of our enemy called Vladimir Putin. We know the plan. The Africans who don't know the plan, don't know the plan. But we know what?